morning. I am back with Libra's monthly forecast. This is for November 2018. I am Natalie. You are at my channel. Thank you for joining me. Do subscribe, hit the bell icon if you can. You can also find me on Facebook, Natalie Collins Intuitive Medium. But I am here right now with your forecast for what's going on. So let's get started, shall we? Libra. Now, generally, you're all about finding that inner balance anyway, but there has been a little bit of lack of courage leading up to the month of November. So I do believe that for the month of November for you, you are going to find that inner strength to roar. You are going to find that inner strength to face fear. You are going to find that courage to be confident. Walk confidently on this earth plane in whatever way that looks. Now, this does feel like courage to speak up. This is a month generally for every star sign to be speaking their truth and walking their walk. I need to talk about activation for you this month, Libra. There are some projects that you have not got off the ground, although you want to. Now you have all these bright ideas, these things that you want to do, and that's really cool, but nothing starts unless you move it. So baby steps with projects. It does feel as though some of those projects have been ongoing as thoughts and as ideas, even written down, but you just haven't taken that step. Why not? Ask yourself why you've chosen to put everything before those projects that you need to do. So activation, moving forwards, taking that first initial step. Nothing can get started without you choosing to make that happen. This also feels like a month of tapping into your intuition, your inner wisdom, all that information and knowledge that you've learned through past experiences has been amalgamated into inner wisdom. You're going to be tapping into that. I do feel this links into something that happened in September is now going to come back about for November so that you can deal with it either in a very different way or just to recap and see how far you've come since September. It does feel around about the 29th. I don't know what that's about. You are being asked in November, Libra, to trust your inner voice. Now, this can be hard, especially if that's not something you normally do, but it's something that with practice gets so much easier. I do feel very much as though the answers that you have been seeking are all inside of you anyway. So anything that you have been sat on, you have been pondering, you have been looking for the answers, just go within. Just take some time. You may find that journaling helps with this, just to pull that information out. I do feel very much that it's also something to do with the circumstances that are around you at the moment within your personal life, and you know that something's going on that is not right, but you've chosen to stick at that relationship in that moment, in that situation, because you don't feel that you know how to move forwards or get out. You know what this is doing to you, so don't allow it anymore. Libra, you're not the most fiery of people, but when you do roar, people do hear. It's time. I do feel very much as though I need to talk about bonds with certain family members, specifically grandparents. I do feel like for some of you, those loved ones in the spirit world are stepping in close because they want the best for you and they just need to see you doing well. So if you did have a special bond or do have a special bond with a grandparent, specifically in the spirit world now as a loved one, do know that they're stepping close to make you see where you need to be at and to help you do the best that you can do, because you deserve so much more. Now, some of this courage that you're needing to find and that you will find, that stems from an incident that happened at school that has knocked you. This is something that almost made you feel ashamed of being you. It's time to look at that, and it is time to put that to bed once and for all. Now, for some of you, this is decades ago, and this will have had an impact for the rest of your life up until this moment. You can choose to no longer allow it to affect you by facing it head on. That's not always easy. Just because it's not easy doesn't mean it's something you shouldn't do. It could just be that you need to come to the understanding that other people's opinions, thoughts, perspectives on you or on a situation from when you were younger and the judgment that was received, that is just their perspective and they are welcome to stick it up their butt. Whatever it is, just know that from this day forwards, this month is all about finding that courage, finding that strength to go forwards. I know you're tired. I know you're tired. I know you're worn out. And this year has been huge for you. So many changes, so many things happening. Doors opening, doors closing, people coming into your life, people stepping out of your life. You're exhausted. But this is where you need to find that courage, because you do have a reserve within you. For some of you, you may find that you are getting more active in the month of November. Now, for me personally, I do find that I start hibernating, but for some of you Libras out there, this is going to be the month where you decide that you want to change, whether it's your appearance or your mindset, but that's going to involve moving, physically moving, whether that's walking, gym, I don't know. You can choose what that's going to be. So if you're feeling the call to get up and get moving, do it, because it's going to help your mindset. It's going to help you to achieve your dreams. Okay. I do feel very much that this inner wisdom that we're talking about, there's something that stopped you from trusting your intuition quite a while ago. This could have been a put down, like with the courage, it's somebody's judgment. That's ready to go in the bucket now. So bye-bye. That no longer serves me. It's a toxic thought belief. My inner wisdom doesn't let me down. I can trust my intuition. That is what you need to be saying, specifically from the middle of November onwards. Don't allow other people's thoughts, judgments, perspectives to taint your relationship with your inner self, because your inner self knows what to do. The only thing you need to do is get out of your own way and listen to what's going on inside. If something doesn't feel right, generally it's not. That's something that you can trust always. The trick is, how do I then change that situation that doesn't feel right? Sometimes that just means removing yourself from the situation, and there is nothing wrong with doing that. You do not owe yourself an apology to anyone outside of you. If something doesn't feel right, if something does make you feel uncomfortable and you don't feel that it's in your best interests, November's going to be a month to walk away for some. It does feel like some of you are going to be on a bit of a vision quest. Now, back in the day, people would go and climb mountains. They would disappear into the forest. They would be alone for days and days and sit with a question and wait until they got the answer. Now, in this day and age, we don't necessarily have the ability to be able to step away from life and the craziness that is the 21st century for that period of time, although if you can, that's amazing. But you are being asked to take a bit of time for you so that you can access this inner wisdom, because that answer that you're seeking is right there on the tip of your tongue. You just need to stop your brain from going round and round. For some of you this month, particularly in the last week of November, you may find yourself instinctively and naturally waking up a bit earlier. Now, we all like sleep, but just be aware that when that's happening, it's because something needs to come out of you. Inner wisdom, intuition, call it what you like, instinct, but there is information within you that is trying to come out. Do possibly look at journaling. Do look at channeling. I do apologise, because in that movement, in doing that process, you find a lot out about yourself, and quite a lot of that is suppressed emotions, quite a lot of that is suppressed thoughts, toxic beliefs that are ready to be released. So those of you that are going to be waking up a little bit earlier in the last week of November, don't panic, don't turn off your alarm, get up, do some writing, and you will find your answer in those pages that you are going to be writing. Now, I do feel that those that are going to be grandparents this month, those that have got grandbabies due, the bond that you're going to have with these babies is going to be something that you haven't experienced before. It does feel like those connections are going to be, I don't believe they could be any stronger, but I do have to say you're going to be on a very different level with any grandbabies that are born in the month of November 2018, Virgo. So be aware of that, and know that you have the gift and the ability to give your wisdom on fresh ears and not shape them but guide them, because we can only ever be guide and gatekeepers to young ones. So Libra, this month is all about confidence. It's about finding that courage that seems to have dissipated. It's about activating what you want to see. Be the change you wish to see. Let those projects unfold, take baby steps and get them moving. It's also about looking at your inner wisdom, pulling out that information that you've been searching outside of yourself for, because it is right there, either through journaling, channeling, or just sitting with yourself and releasing the crap that's in your head so that you can get to the good juicy bits. And for those that have got bonds that are super strong with grandparents in the spirit world, Libra, do understand that they are wanting you to push forwards, they are wanting you to move forwards. And those that have got grandbabies that are due and are going to be born onto this earth plane in November, your connections are really important. Make them strong, make them authentic, and be truly you. Now is not the time to put on a brave face or a different face. People need to see you. So do take what you can, Libra. It does feel like a month of awesomeness. Just need to get out of your own head. So thank you. Do subscribe. Do hit the bell icon. Feel free to contact me for a private reading. Spirit or card, Facebook. Email me and I will get back to you. I'm going to say ciao for now, but I send you so much love.